What's up, guys? Here's another quick video. I just want to make this an interesting video because I want to talk about this interesting thing that just go on the internet. It's just like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson again, right? So it's similar like that, but it just went viral. Billions of people know it, everyone knows it, right? Whoever watch YouTube or follow Ishowspeed versus Ashton Hall, right? If you don't know who Ishowspeed and Ashton Hall is, yeah, they're both runners. I'm a runner too, but we're totally different, right? For me, I'm more into longer distance of running, right? Where these guys, like they run like short distance, like 100 meters, 50 meters, 40 meters, whatever that is, right? So yeah, running does come, in three different ways. You're either a short distance runner, long distance runner, or middle distance runner, right? So let me explain these three things before I get into the video. So short distance, you just need like a really quick burst to order the last short distance. Now at middle distance, yeah, it's like a mile or 800 meter, all stuff. You do need some quite good speed and also some endurance, right? Long distance is all about endurance and aerobic, right? So yeah, for short distance, the shorter you run, the more anaerobic you need, right? So yeah, this is like kind of like interesting, like Ashton Hall, this is the reason why I know Ashton Hall and Ishowspeed, much better than before. It's because Ishowspeed is like a streamer, he's an athlete, he's a sprinter, right? So yeah, in his 20s, right? And Ashton Hall, probably about to be like 30 years old, right? Yeah, Ashton Hall is a bodybuilder. He runs really fast. He does a lot of crazy running video, man, right? Just him spreading, right? So yeah, that's who Ashton Hall is, right? And also, he's a bodybuilder, right? And I see his morning routine, like put his head in the water, eat bananas and all stuff, and your fruit, wiping all his skin, he's like shaved. Ashton Hall's morning routine is just so weird to me. That's just in my opinion, right? Some people may like it, but it's just weird, right? And also, yeah, it's Ishowspeed versus Ashton Hall, in a sprinting race, right? Ashton Hall, how's my reaction, to Ashton Hall versus Ishowspeed, right? So I just explained, who these two YouTubers are, right? So yeah, obviously, like, because of their age is not the same, because Ashton Hall's, I mean, there's just no excuse, right? Ashton Hall clearly lost to Ishowspeed, right? I mean, out of all these four matchup and races, Ashton Hall clearly did not beat Ishowspeed, right? So yeah, this is the, I guess, like when Ishowspeed beat Ashton Hall's exposed, right? But let's not get too, but yeah, let's talk about what happened, in race, number one, right? So yeah, Ashton Hall versus Ishowspeed, right? So when it comes to the first race, I saw Ashton Hall versus Ishowspeed. They were both sprinting, right? And then Ashton fell down, he falls, right? Ashton Hall instead of Ashton falls, right? And then Ishowspeed wins, and then Ashton Hall makes it. It seems that he was a rematch because he just fell down during the race, right? I think he purposely fell down, just to make an excuse. So he wants to, because he did not beat Ishowspeed, so he purposely came with that excuse, and then he wants to race again, right? And then what's up? And guess what? The same exact result. Ishowspeed still end up beating him, right? And then like they don't want to race the grass anymore. Then that's why they have to run like on the road, right? So yeah, like Ashton Hall, every time he gets beaten, he's coming up with excuses, right? Yeah, and even make excuses like he still did not get faster, he still did not beat Ishowspeed. Ishowspeed still beats him, right? No matter what he said, no matter like where the location, on your surface, no matter the circumstances, Ishowspeed beats him, right? Because you and Ishowspeed are racing in person, like you technically have to be in the same location, right? And the circumstance is all the same, right? no matter where he goes, all that stuff, like everything is the same. And Ashton Hall say that, oh, like Ishowspeed has a little advantage, he cheated, all that stuff. No, he did not cheat, man. Ishowspeed clearly beat you, right? You can look all this video footage, right? I'm like, this is just the truth, right? People don't like the truth these days, right? This is how sensitive our generation is, right? You can just look at all the proof, all the camera angle, and you can see like Ishowspeed's body is laying ahead of Ashton Hall, right? Yeah, the third attempt, you know, like I saw Ishowspeed and, you know, Ashton Hall, you know, and Ishowspeed, you know, are neck to neck, but clearly Ashton Hall cheated and Ishowspeed still beats him, right? Yeah, if you watch the video like carefully on the replay, like Ashton Hall has a little head start, right? Like maybe like quarter to like half a second, right, to be estimated. And yeah, he still lost. And then the fourth time, you know, like Ishowspeed got really frustrated after, you know, he beat Ashton Hall, you know, 4 times in a row, right? And Ishowspeed does not want to race this guy anymore, right? I'm like, yeah, if you beat this person like 3 or 4 times, you know, in a race, you know, and say this is like, it just gets, it gets really annoying, right? Yeah, Ashton Hall is just really, yeah, he got like, he annoyed, you know, Ishowspeed does not want to race him anymore, right? So, yeah, well, what I think about, you know, Ashton Hall, right? Yeah, I honestly don't care about, you know, Ashton Hall or Ishowspeed, right? I honestly don't care, right? Ashton Hall, you know, he's just, you know, a very, you know, popular, you know, Instagram, you know, influencer, you know, has your body physique, you know, and have, you know, speed, you know, that attracts a lot of people, right? Whereas, you know, Ishowspeed, you know, like, yeah, he does like a bunch of, you know, crazy nonsense stuff, you know. He does lots of crazy stuff, but sometimes, you know, some of his video and some of his vlogs are just, you know, pretty much, you know, nonsense, right? And this is why, you know, I'm really not into them, right? I only know they only run like short distances, right? So yeah, and Ishowspeed, you know, also, you know, is currently training for Olympic, you know, in 2028, which is 3 years from, you know, the video I record as of 2025. So there's nothing else much to say about, you know, these, you know, 2 athletes, right? But yeah, they're both, you know, really freaking fast, and they're way above average, right? I mean, if they race against, you know, the average person, they would have smoked these people, right? But yeah, let's not get wrong here, yo. These 2 guys are not slow, right? They're extremely fast, right? So yeah, I mean, Ashton Hall just should take the L, right? And just stop talking about, you know, racing against Ishowspeed anymore. He should just get over with it, right? Ishowspeed already beats you already, right? Here's my advice to Ashton Hall. If you really want to beat Ishowspeed in a short race, why don't you know, start practicing, you know, your spread and all that stuff, instead of, you know, waste your time, you know, on something, you know, that isn't helping you in the long run, right? Why don't you practice yourself, you know, getting faster and all that stuff, so when you see Ishowspeed again, then you can clearly beat him, right? But yeah, I say even before a race, you know, like Ashton Hall was just so cocky to this guy, right? He said that I will smoke him, I will beat him. He talked all that crazy trash, you know, to Ishowspeed, right? And Ishowspeed, you know, annihilate this dude, right? Let's not get wrong here, you know, like before I end the video, Ishowspeed embarrass, you know, athletes, you know, right? That has super good, right? Like they play soccer, basketball, all that stuff. Ishowspeed's been embarrassing, you know, some really good athletes out there. So don't underestimate this dude, right? So yeah, that's why I'm just saying that Ashton Hall is not a bad athlete, right? He's not bad, but the thing is that he's acting, he's a full-grown man that's not taking it out, right? So yeah, everybody knows you got exposed there, right? Everybody knows that you cannot be Ishowspeed right now, right? And hopefully, you know, this guy gets humble, right? So yeah. But Ashton Hall can easily make, you know, another excuse of like why he lost, you know, to Ishowspeed. That's something I forgot to mention. Like Ishowspeed probably weighs around like 150 to 160 pounds, you know, where Ashton Hall, I mean, he's a bodybuilder, so he weighs like probably like nearly 100 pounds more than Ishowspeed, right? So imagine him like losing a lot of weight. He probably would beat Ishowspeed, right? He probably would. But then he's not gonna have the strength and muscle powers if he loses a lot of weight, right? Because his muscles are gonna get smaller, right? So yeah, you can see that a muscular guy versus a skinny dude, right? Ishowspeed skinny, right? Or very slim dude, or whatever that is, right? So yeah, this is why I hate weighting a lot. It's because when you weigh a lot, you actually run a lot slower because you have to carry all this weight, right? So yeah. But yeah, see, people who are fans of Ashton Hall already came up with excuses like, oh, he weights like far more superior than Ishowspeed. Like yeah, having a lot of weight does tremendously slow you down, right? Yeah, that is the truth right there, right? This is why runner hates weighing a lot. It's because they don't want to carry that weight throughout their running. That will hinder their running speed, right? That just really hinder. So yeah, a guy at that size, a lot of people who are around like Ashton Hall size, stuff like that, they cannot run like him. There are not a lot of people that can do things like him, right? So yeah, I have to give Ashton Hall credit there, right? So yeah, I mean, without watching video, I clearly know Ishowspeed is already gonna beat him, right? He just look a lot more athletic, when it comes to speed, and he looks like a lot more speed built, right? So yeah, and Ishowspeed almost beat Noah Lyles, in the Mr. Beast contest, right? Mr. Beast, like made them run like 50 meters, and Noah Lyles almost lost to Ishowspeed. So yeah, Ishowspeed is just no joke when it comes to sprinting, man, right? That's why they call him speed for a reason, man, right? If Ishowspeed is a slow person, if he doesn't sprint really well, he will not call himself speed, period. That's an easy fact right there, man. Nobody has to tell me about it. They call him speed for a reason, because he's fast, right? And Ashton Hall, should just shut his mouth and hopefully that race too, so he never get embarrassed, right? Ashton Hall just needs to shut up, man, right? If you don't like a person or you don't have a chance, just shut your goddamn mouth, right? And just stop making excuses, Just live in reality and stop being delusional, right? Yeah, Ashton Hall thinks, like, he can beat Ishowspeed if they race like 10 or 11 or like 100 times. You think you're gonna beat him like one time, right? You beat him like 2-3 times. That's already proof that you're clearly faster, right? Clearly. Well, yeah. Well, hopefully people like my opinion video. Just comment below if you dislike my opinion and what I have to say for this, my reaction, right? Everybody has different reaction, right? So yeah, it just is what it is, man. And if you just hate the truth, then you're either sensitive or you just hate hate living in reality, or just continue being delusional, right? So yeah, videos are facts, right? They're not lying to you, right? This is a clear video, just within 10 seconds of sprinting, right? That's all you need right there to prove he was faster. That's all you need, right? Just the more you get beaten, the more you embarrass yourself, right? I'm like, yeah, I agree with Ishowspeed, like he should stop racing with Ashton Hall, because it just gets annoying, like, oh, I want to race you again, and clearly you already know the result. You know what's the outcome. If you know what's the outcome result, if you try to race it again, it just gets annoying, right? So yeah.